Bing, there you go. All right, English, please. Options. Let's see what we got for options. We got display, window, full screen. Let's go full screen. Bam, there we go. Skip, unseen text after. Don't skip anything. Text speed, auto delay, text box opacity, NVL opacity, music volume. Let's turn that down a little bit. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, and hit the X. I guess I should be playing this with controller then? Controller, wake up. Control, there you are. Oh, maybe not. We'll go with controller. All right. All right. Oh, wait, were those all the options? Let's see. I guess so. Those were all the options. You have gamepad options too. You can choose your button schema. You got the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the Switch. You can know that you know the Switch and Nintendo ones because they switch B and A. You know, and X and Y. They switch them all around just to confuse you so that you can do the wall. From the window to the wall? Okay. We're not going to go further with that one. I'm just going to start the game. We're going to start the game. Are you guys ready for starting the game? Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's see what this one says. Let's prepare the voice because I feel like there's going to be... The hospital was empty. Quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snow day. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Weird. Normally opening my eyes to a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I felt no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bed sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, felt completely normal. Either I'm cured, or this is a dream, or I'm dead. Hello? I called out, but no one came. Nurse! I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. Or these are some next level painkillers. What am I supposed to do now? Die, I guess. Leave the room, wait patiently, or die, I guess. I mean, you wake up in a hospital, you always gotta leave the room, right? If you know, Walking Dead taught me anything, is always leave the room and figure out what's going on, right? Fine, I'll just go find someone. I put on some slippers and walked out into the hall. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you'd see a nurse or two scurrying these halls. Or at the very least, a janitor. It's broad daylight and there's absolutely no one. My footsteps echoed quietly in the eerie silence. I peered around the corner to see another empty stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. Slept through a fire alarm and everyone already evacuated. I must have been left behind in the confusion. Or it's the Rapture, so it's not their fault I was left behind. A nuclear apocalypse? Isn't there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? That must be what this is. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. Finally, a figure appears, saving me from my madness. Hello? Hi. I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on all the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I inevitably found someone. Stupid. I didn't think anyone else was here. She looks me up and down, glancing to my IV and then back to my face. She's expecting a response. Quick, think of something to say. Where is everyone? Where is everyone? You just got here, didn't you? What am I supposed to say to that? No, I didn't just get here. I was admitted a full 7 years ago now. You just got here, ma'am. This hospital, though. There were enough small differences I'd noticed. It was becoming easier to believe this might be a new place entirely. My bad memory doesn't explain the missing call button after all, or the fact that these halls are so lacking in detail. I guess she's right. Wherever this is, I did just get here. Oh, okay. So where am I exactly? I thought I was still in St. Fellows. Is this a different hospital? She sighs, pausing to consider her words. Listen, this isn't a hospital. You died. Fuck! Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? No, I was just really hoping you weren't going to say that. Ah, right, of course. Why would it matter if I was having a heart attack now? I'm apparently dead. I mean, I assumed as much. I just don't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just that I don't remember the gruesome details? Guess I should be thankful for that at least. Still, to die in my sleep, the ripe age of 22? It's not how I expected my life to come to an end. The doctors told me I had however many weeks left to live. The doctors never told me I had however many weeks left to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing right now. Out of necessity or habit? The woman clears her throat. I'm sorry, it took me some time to process my own death too. You're also dead? I've been here for about 3 months now, give or take. I wonder how she died, but it's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. It's not like I'd want to spill my life story either. So what's your story, kid? She asked without hesitation. I'm not a kid, I'm 22. Really? But you look so young. Being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess? Why are we talking about this? I died. Who cares what I look like? Wow, only 4 years younger than me. Finally, someone I can relate to a little better. My life is pretty far from the average 22-year-old's experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's so unbelievably rude. No, it's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I continue to be astounded by this woman's complete lack of tact. Who needs tact when you're dead? Can we talk about something else? Sorry, I'm asking because I wanted to discern what your goal might be. My goal? I'm dead. Surely there's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. To my surprise, she laughs. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we should give up on living. My name is Scarlett. I'm going to get my second shot at life, even if it kills me. Moving words for someone who's already dead? What about you? Do you want to go back? Do I want to go back? Go back to where? Nah, it's impossible. Of course, I want to live. Go back to where? Like, that's a good question. You know, like, go back to the hospital where we were? Go back to our life? Outside of the pain and nausea? I'm not going with nah, it's impossible, because obviously we're here and we didn't think this was possible. So who's to say what is and what is not possible? But do we want to live, or are we questioning where we're going back to? Let's go with the where we want to live. Of course, I'd rather not be dead, yeah. Good, that's what I like to hear. What's your name? It's Ashley. Ash for short. All right, Ashley, walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately with complete confidence that I would follow right after her. So I did. Scarlett walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife, as if it were a speech she'd rehearsed and recited 20 times. And maybe she had. Clearly, I wasn't the first dead person she'd welcome here. It was surreal. Thinking about the situation I was in, but also how I had no trouble focusing on her explanation despite that. Usually I feel so lost in a fog, but my mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlett's explanation, I should consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here? It's unclear exactly where we would move on to. Apparently that's up to death. We were on our way to meet them now. So, we don't get hungry? Right. Or thirsty? There's nothing to eat or drink here anyway. And we can't sleep? You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse health effects. Safe to say it's unnecessary. You know for sure it's been 3 months? Time is definitely passing. I've been using my watch to track the days. Because there's no sunrise or sunset? I slow my pace, and Scarlett stops in front of me. There's a pitying look on her face. The stasis isn't so bad once you get used to it. It's not so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. Scarlett laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light was unnerving to me. If I had a choice of which hospital to spend purgatory in, I'd say St. Philip's was the better option. At least there I had the changing seasons to look forward to. How it get quieter after visiting hours were over. The chatty nurses telling me about their day as they changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. The alternative is just feel miserable all the time. I'm not miserable. I'm still alive. But I can't even say that anymore. I grip the pole of my AV stand a little tighter. I'm still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with death too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. The elevator doors opened to reveal a man stacking coins in the center of the floor. Don't come in! I blinked at the confusing sight, but Scarlett cut in without missing a beat. You're still at this? It's been 2 days. There's a lot of coins, and the deadline's coming up pretty soon, and... Scarlett leaned her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can we get in? I'm taking Ashley here to meet death. Could you maybe catch the next one? No. Scarlet forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy, Miss Scarlet? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow, and I stepped into the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins at my feet. It was an awkward ride. When we reached the basement, Scarlet went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stacks from her reckless stride, but it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seemed more focused on escorting me to wherever death was, I guess? So you've gone from nobody wants to die to everyone return to Ash? I sense a theme. Hey, I don't pick Epic's free games. They pick the games, I just play them. How you doing, Jedi Knight? Yeah, this one seems like more of a visual novel with some choices, but I don't know. I don't know if there's more to this so far. We just started. We found out we're dead. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seemed like something used for a board game rather than by pirates. Curious, and not particularly in any rush to meet death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins, mister? Celadon, you're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Celadon picks up a small stack of coins and transports them to the larger pile beside the elevator. His process is methodical and efficient. I can tell he really has been at this for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shuffled back into the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Death told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reaches a certain amount, his soul will be released. They have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. Sounds tedious. No, I don't mind. It's good exercise. He goes back for the next round of coins. Leave him, Ashley. He's done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. As Scarlet walks away again, the elevator door begins to close. Celadon stumbles from his place to block them. The stack of coins he's holding wobbles dangerously, but he quickly steadies them and continues his work, as if nothing had happened. I feel sorry for him. Let's help him. Here, I can help. Really? You don't have to. It looks fun. We both know I'm lying, but he smiles anyway. In that case, feel free. Clack, 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 clack. I carefully stack the coins that Scarlet scattered on the elevator floor, checking that each one is facing heads up. It's easy to get absorbed in the task, somewhat addictive even. Each coin I place down gives me a small sense of satisfaction, and I'm not even getting sore from being hunched over. That part's nice. I can't imagine being stuck doing this for 2 full days, though. That's some serious endurance. Celadon came back and forth, carrying each stack of coins out into the hall. Every once in a while, the elevator door would try to close, and he would lean against it to keep it open. I wondered if I'd be more useful just holding the button down for him, but he seemed to have developed a rhythm around it. I didn't want to interrupt that rhythm any more than I already had. When the last of the coins were gathered into stacks, I began carrying them out with him. It's so nice of you to lend a hand. Hopefully it's not against the rules or anything. Huh? I'm not messing things up for you, am I? Probably not. I mean, sometimes I fail my trials on a technicality. Well, anyway, Death didn't say anything about doing it all on my own, just that I had to carry them by hand. Am I doing the right thing by helping him? As long as he's fine with it, I guess. We step out of the now empty elevator and into the coin-filled hall.
No one's ever helped me with my trials before. Usually people have their own thing going on.
He starts heading in the direction Scarlet went earlier. I follow, dragging my IV along with one hand and carrying a small stack of coins in the other. Are you sure it's okay for me to keep helping you?
Yeah, I don't think it counts as cheating or anything. It's like you're part of my downline.
Downline?
Yeah, we're like a team. You do a bit of work for me and we both profit. I can give you some of my coins when this is over. How does that sound?
His offer catches me off guard. I wasn't doing this for any kind of profit. I just wanted to be nice. No thanks. I don't have pockets.
Well, let me know if you change your mind.
I wince a little at how enthusiastically he delivered his pun. Finally, we reach the end of the hall. Whoa. The room we were transporting the coins to turned out to be a morgue. I could see now firsthand the result of his past 2 days of effort. Glancing around the room, I lock eyes with Scarlet. She shifts her gaze to Celadon, who's currently preoccupied lining up his stacks of coins with the others. And then, it suddenly clicks for me. Of course the place we'd find death waiting would be the morgue. This is where the bodies are. They keep the bodies. The thought of it chills me to the bone, so I focus on the coins in my hand. I place them down with the rest, then move to follow Celadon back out into the hall. Ashley, wait! Stop in my tracks, then reluctantly turn to face the person who was supposed to be helping me negotiate my revival. You feel sorry for him, don't you? She's right, but I'm still inclined to argue. I'm just trying to help. His trial is ending soon anyway, right?
There's not a lot of time left, Miss Scarlet.
He shouts back at us from the hall. His footsteps echo down it as it goes back for more coins. You're a nice girl, Ashley. But don't you think you should focus on saving your own soul? She says, entirely focused on saving mine. Helping others while I'm at it doesn't hurt. You're doing it too. She doesn't say anything back. I'm already out the door, catching up to Celadon. His pace slows once he realizes I'm following him. As I close the distance, I try to make conversation. It's, kind of messed up that death is making you carry all these coins into the morgue.
A morgue?
We're walking together now. He blinks at me.
Oh, right, you're new. What do you see this place as, Ash?
What do I see it as? Well, we said a hospital, so I'm going to go with the truth. It's a hospital, right?
Oh, interesting. So that's why there's a morgue.
I'm confused by what he's asking me. We all see this place differently?
For me, it's kind of personal, but I don't mind telling you. This place looks like a rehab facility. I was sent to in my early 20s. I was only there for a short time, but it left an impression, I guess.
Rehab? We each pick up the next stack of coins.
Yeah, I partied pretty hard back in college. I mean, I thought it was what you're supposed to do in college. Anyway, it got so bad my family sent me to rehab for a bit. I've been sober ever since.
Huh? I have no idea how to respond. It's so far out of my own experience that I can't imagine what it must have been like at all. Considering she's 22 and she's been in the hospital for the last 7 years, so she's been there since she was 15. That's gotta put it, like being in the hospital for 7 years is a thing all on its own. But from 15 to 22, you lose all of your formative, like, high school years, turning of age, all of that, that's crazy. Anyways.
Were you in college, Ash? Before you got here, you're not still in high school, are you?
No, I've been in the hospital since I was a teenager. I didn't actually get to go to high school.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry.
We reach the morgue again and walk back inside. Scarlet doesn't bother us this time. Celadon and I place down our coins, ready to head back out for more. Before we leave, I reconsider this morgue. This room looks different to Celadon, and to Scarlet too? She told me before that this isn't a hospital. I wonder what it looks like to her. Since it's not really a morgue, it's a lot easier to push down the anxiety I feel about being here. This is all made up. It's set dressing. Even the coins we're carrying aren't real. Maybe I'll wake up soon and realize it was a dream all along. Stack by stack, we carry away the coins in the hall until there are none left. When I offered to help him, I didn't think I'd get so into it, but the work was meditative and helped keep my mind off of things. I'm here because I died. I haven't been able to process that yet. I just dove into helping the stranger with his trial. A trial I don't know anything about. I don't want to think about any of that. I just want to keep focusing on the task at hand. But his trial will soon be over, and death will come to pass judgment. That's how this works, isn't it? Sure enough, as we carry in the last of the coins, we're greeted by death. A hooded figure carrying a scythe, their face hidden by a mask. The sight of them startles me, but I take care not to drop any of Celadon's coins. She's young. She doesn't belong here. Scarlet must be bargaining for my soul, like we talked about. It's nice of her to do that, even though I was busy helping Celadon instead.
She fits in pretty well as far as I can see.
Death stares in my direction. Are they watching me? I can't tell with the mask.
Do you think we have time for one more trip up the elevator?
Celadon looks antsy. I'm not sure what he's worried about, though. We already brought so many coins. This is enough, isn't it?
Maybe, but one last trip wouldn't hurt.
He looks like he's asking my permission. Death walks over to us before I can respond.
Time's up, Donnie.
Donnie? That's kind of cute.
Please stop calling me that. Only my mom calls me Donnie.
Scarlet strides over to us, indignant. Excuse me, our conversation was not over.
Schedule's full, babe. Come back with a better argument tomorrow. I'm busy.
Just tell him he failed and get over with it already.
But please don't do that. I worked really hard.
So the trial really is over now. Excuse me. They all turned to face me at once. I'm a little surprised they listened, and massively uncomfortable with the attention. Are you really going to check through every coin?
Not just check them.
There's a hint of a smirk in their voice.
I'm gonna flip them. Flip?
And there's the catch.
For every coin you brought, we're gonna play heads or tails, and if any of them land on tails, you lose.
That's fucked.
I thought I just had to place them here, face up. Flipping every single one, that's impossible.
What are the odds of getting heads so many times in a row? 50-50 for each coin. That's pretty awful RNG. If my units had a 50% chance of missing, I'd choose another attack. It's so low, you may as well not even try.
Oh, you're a gamer.
I hadn't meant to say it out loud, but the despair of the situation really struck me. I'm so sorry, Celadon. I can't help but feel a little responsible for his increasing burden. For increasing his burden. Not that removing my contributions would have changed this outcome. Death flips the first coin. Heads. They pick up the next one. Oh, heads again. You're definitely taking pleasure in this. Celadon cringes visibly at the sound of each coin being tossed. A third coin lands on heads, and then the fourth. He watches the results, unable to speak. But it can't go on forever. In fact, it might be set up to make him start to think he has a chance, only for death to take that away. It's just a coin flip, but they managed to turn it into an immense psychological torture. Bringing fewer coins would have given him better odds, but then would he fail for not meeting the minimum requirement? I see why Scarlet didn't bother to help him before. Death's trials are made to be unwinnable. Coin flips pause, and Death turns to me. Hey, Ashley, heads or tails? Tails. I wasn't asking you. Death wants me to call it. Heads. He needs heads, so heads. Heads? Scarlet shoots me a look, but I don't budge. I have to stand up to Death somehow. They flip the coin. Tails. You lose, Celadon. Come on, that's not fair. His voice wavers. I think he might cry, which is probably Death's aim with this. Crushing his spirit, giving him hope, only to snuff it right back out. What do they gain from toying with people like that? Celadon has, done a lot of these, right? I can't stop myself from speaking up. The situation's too unfair. Yeah. So, why can't you just release his soul already? He's tried pretty hard, right? He's got plenty of time. What do you mean? Death mounts their scythe like a witch on a broomstick. I barely know how to react as my eyes follow them. I can only think of how the ceiling is higher up than I realized. They drift to a stop, then grasp the handle of one of the metal doors. Am I about to see a corpse? It's not a real morgue, but there still could be actual bodies in there. And why hadn't I noticed this room looks infinitely tall until now? The metal door swings open, and a long drawer slides out. It's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it seems to be lined with rows upon rows of hourglasses? His isn't here. What are those? The countdown for every soul that comes here. Countdown? Why is this the first time I'm hearing of a countdown? You never asked. Oh, like you'd have told me. This is how long you have left to live. The sand in the small hourglass falls steadily down, a human life, measured in grains of sand. Nice try. We're already dead. Not quite. Celadon stares at the ground, wringing his hands. What do you mean? Death descends again, Celadon's hourglass in hand. Want to see what happens when I turn this over? They say it in a teasing voice, like it's a game to them. This is someone's life. No! Celadon says what we must all be thinking. But it's cool. Check it out. When Death flips the hourglass over, we all expect the sand to reverse direction. But it doesn't. It continues, falling upward, defying gravity. This is how long we have left to live? Meaning, we are still alive? And maybe because we're still alive, we have a chance to revive? Scarlet said she's been here for 3 months. How much time does she have left? How much time do I have left? Scarlet lets out an incredulous huff. So, you're just going to torture him until his time runs out? Will you release him once it gets down to the wire, or let him die in the end?
That's up to him.
Unbelievable. We're, still alive? Even though this is the afterlife?
Didn't Scarlet tell you?
I look to Scarlet, but she's already stormed away. She taps her foot, facing away from us.
This is the afterlife for souls who died a social death. Y'all ended up here because you're miserable losers.
That's rude. Title screen. Oh, missed it. I follow Celadon back to the elevator and up to the ground floor. He holds his hourglass, tapping it on it gently, but it does nothing to stop the flow of sand. We aren't dead yet, but we could die soon? Unless death decides to release our souls, let us revive. We need to pass a trial to do that, as far as I understand it. But the trials are designed to waste our time? Is it a trick then? Is there some other way to overcome this? I don't have enough information. I need to find out more about the rules of this place. Celadon breaks me out of my thoughts and brings me back to the present.
Thanks for helping me earlier.
No problem.
I'm sorry for not telling you sooner about the social death thing.
That's okay. It'd be a weird thing to explain, right?
Yeah, so weird.
Since he was here before Scarlet, he must know a lot more about this place than she does. Maybe sticking with him was the right call. I can ask him all sorts of things. Is he the right person to talk to? I mean, sure, we'll chat with all of them, why not? Yeah, Celadon is the nicest guy here. He's not intimidating like the others. Hey, let's talk.
Huh? Sure, Ash. Is there something in particular you wanted to talk about?
Everything that happened, I guess.
Yeah. How are you feeling after all that? Probably a lot to take in, huh?
Death called us miserable losers.
A little harsh, right?
Yeah, I'm not really miserable, but they're right about me not having any friends.
Oh, well, I'll be your friend. You helped me out after all.
I'm struck by his warmth. He seems so genuine. Can I call you Donnie?
Please, anything but that.
We share a laugh and continue chatting. I tell him about myself, how most of my life has revolved around my illness, being hospitalized, how I hadn't had any visitors in over a year. That must have been what marked my social death. My family, everyone, I was dead to them. It hurts to think about, so I changed the subject. What was your life like? How long have you been here?
You know, I'm not really sure how long it's been. Scarlet's the only one with a watch.
And it doesn't get dark. The days must really blend together, huh?
It's probably been a few years.
Could you ask Death to find out?
They don't like me very much.
He sits in one of the chairs, and I take the one beside him.
My life before this was, I don't know. I ran my own business, I had a wife, I thought my family cared about me. But I went into debt, and no matter how much effort I put into my job, I just sunk deeper and deeper. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do, working hard, hustling, you know.
His breath grows unsteady. I don't know what to say, so I keep listening.
When she handed me the divorce papers, I thought, great, now I can spend more time selling products. My whole family stopped talking to me. I don't know what I did wrong. Those products help people, but my mom called it a scam. But it's not a scam. They're health supplements. I use them myself. If you have enough people on your downline, you can make thousands of dollars a week. You just have to keep recruiting. And it's fun. You get to work from home and talk to people you never would have talked to before. It's the kind of work you could even do from a hospital bed. Heck, you might even feel better if you take them yourself.
Health supplements?
The company's called You Thrive. Get it? Because it makes you thrive.
His mood changed really suddenly. I never really heard of this company, but it sounds important to him.
Ash, when we get out of here, I'll send you the sample kit. You can try it yourself.
That's okay. I shouldn't be taking supplements without my doctor's permission.
That's what's great about You Thrive. It doesn't interfere with any medications. It just boosts your immune system along with many other benefits.
This is getting weird. Why is he giving me a sales pitch when we might be stuck in the afterlife forever? Celadon.
I'm healthy, so it didn't make any sense that I died.
And now he seems back to normal.
So it's a social death thing? That must be it, because no one talks to me anymore. They all blocked my number.
He scare everyone off with how intense he is about his job? That's pretty sad. But, well, at least we have each other, right? We're not friendless losers anymore? Celadon smiles at me, then takes his hourglass from his pocket. He stares down at it with a great sadness in his eyes. The years he spent here, doing death's impossible trials, that must have taken its toll on him. Beneath this friendly exterior is a man on the verge of breaking. I pat his back, not knowing what else to do. If he was to revive, would he be able to make new friends? Would I? Maybe I can give him a bit of hope. Hey, let's help each other.
Uh-huh.
The thing about a social life is, it starts as soon as you make even one friend. And we're friends now. So, when we get out of here, all we have to do is stay friends in the real world.
Ash, just when I was wondering what would happen if I broke this thing.
He slips his hourglass back in his pocket.
Thank you. I'll do my best to pass the next trial.
After saying goodbye to Celadon, I decide to look around on my own for a while. Where should I go? Back to my room? No, forget that. Go to the morgue. I might as well ask Death for more information on this hourglass stuff. I steel myself and press the button labeled B2. When the elevator opens, Death's size drops in through the small gap like a guillotine. The blade sticks in the floor, set a couple of inches deep. It takes me a moment to register what happened. Thank God I wasn't standing right there. Once the door is fully open, they jostle the handle and swing their weapon back over their shoulder casually.
I've been expecting you. To kill me? Nah, wanna hang out?
You're not gonna swing your scythe at me anymore, right?
Don't be such a baby. Follow me.
Like I have a choice. Increased bond with Death. Oh, Death brings me back to the morgue, but the atmosphere has completely changed. Is this a different room?
It's my room.
How'd you deck it out so fast? This place looks extremely lived in, from the half-eaten bags of snacks on the floor to the controllers scattered near the beanbag chair.
Magic. Don't worry about it.
Right. I should know better than to ask, considering I've also seen them fly. The big screen TV catches my attention. There's a tantalizing lineup of all the latest game consoles below it. Are we gonna play video games or something? I'm getting a little excited now. The only games I had in the hospital were on my favorite childhood handheld. Death strides over to the controllers on the floor and picks one of them up.
We're gonna play GTA 5.
GTA?
Glorious Devil's Avarice. How have you not heard of that?
Oh, the kid kids down the street I grew up on had one of those games. I watched them play it, the Sintown one, I think?
Yeah, that's the old one. 5's cooler. It's got way better graphics.
How do you play?
It's single player. You just watch.
Wow, what fun. How long am I going to be stuck here, hanging out with them? Death turns on the console and boots up the game. The graphics really are better than Sintown's. In GTA, you play as a devil girl named Lucy. She's like if Lucifer were a sexy lady. It's a raunchy game that appeals to the edgy preteens and middle schoolers. I already know they're referencing GTA, but it's funny. In the case of my childhood friends, their parents didn't seem to understand the rating system and bought it out of ignorance. There's a main story mode, but I think most people play the game for the sandbox aspect. You can pick up guns, steal cars, and kill people. It takes place in hell, so I guess you're killing other sinners? I don't think it's the kind of game with deep lore attached to it. Death loads a save and shows me their character. Lucy's dressed in cargo pants and a bikini top with a huge rifle on her back. She looks absolutely ridiculous, but the over-the-top aesthetic of the game is kind of the selling point.
Check this out,
They say, equipping a huge rocket launcher. They fire it at a gas station, then walk toward the camera in slow motion for dramatic effect. The explosions in this game are so realistic. Actually, I've never seen an explosion in real life, so maybe they're not? They look more real than the ones from the previous game anyway. I comment on how cool it was while Death cackles away, stealing a fast-looking car and evading Hell's police force. They're having a great time. Wait, how long do I have to watch them play this? The clock is ticking on this hourglass situation. Hey, Death, can you pause?
Why?
Because, well, I was wondering when you were gonna give out more trials? Death hits pause on the controller and turns to me.
Why?
I mean, I haven't gotten one yet, and you haven't given me my hourglass either?
That's because you don't have one.
I don't?
I'll give you a trial later. Now, do you want to watch me play GTA or not?
Is it okay if I don't?
Whatever you want.
They unpause their game. I'll take that as my cue to leave. Oh, come on. If you don't have an hourglass, you have all the time in the world, right? I make my way back to the elevator, feeling a bit drained. I figure it's best for me to just go back to my room I woke up in this morning, if it was even morning. I press the button and the door closes. I find Scarlett leaning against the wall in the hallway where we first met. Maybe she comes up here to think. It is nice and quiet. She notices me right away, thanks to the wheels of my IV stand rolling across the tile floor. Once we make eye contact, I give a little wave and a smile, trying to act friendly.
Oh, Ashley.
Hey, so we're not dead after all, huh? She was the one to tell me I was dead in the first place, but Death made it sound like she knew otherwise. It's been bothering me, honestly.
So they say.
After a moment of silence, I realize I'm going to have to be the one to force this conversation. You, knew that it was a social death, didn't you?
I don't believe I know anything about this place.
Her tone carries a mix of annoyance and exhaustion.
You can't trust anything Death says. All they want is to keep us under their thumb. This hourglass thing might be part of that.
You think so?
Maybe.
She holds up her hourglass, turning it sideways.
There's no way to confirm that this has anything to do with whatever life I have left. In fact, I'm certain that in my case, it doesn't.
How can you be sure?
I know that I'm dead, Ashley.
Her tone is cold and intense, a little frightening even. That doesn't make it okay to lie to me. My voice wavers. I'm horrible at confrontation, but she backs down anyway. You had just explained it differently, like how death did a social death. It's a lot easier for me to accept than my actual literal death, you know?
But what if that's the lie? What then, Ashley?
We don't know that it is. I mean, how do you know you're really dead?
Because I was murdered. Dum dum dum.
Scarlet slips the hourglass into her pocket and enters the room beside us. If that's the case, she had every reason to believe death was lying. She just didn't want to get my hopes up. I follow her inside to apologize. Scarlet stands at the other end of the room, gazing out the window into the endless void. Scarlet? I'm sorry, you were right about Celadon's trial, too. I should have just trusted you.
You think I'm a cold-hearted bitch.
What? That's not true. She can be a little mean, but a bitch? I wouldn't think that at all.
I get it all the time. I'm sure people would admire my personality more if I were a man.
You're not a bitch, Scarlet. Anyone who calls you that just sucks.
You're a good girl, Ashley.
She sighs, letting go of the tension from before.
I'm sorry for making you feel like I lied to you. Let's share information. Properly this time.
Yeah. Oh. Gotcha, BC Country. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, whatever helps us get out of here. Scarlet starts by showing me her hourglass. It's nearly full at the top, meaning she has plenty of time to revive. According to Death, anyway. I wasn't given an hourglass, so there's no telling how much time I have. But if Scarlet is still doing just fine after 3 months, maybe I don't need to worry about it so soon. Knowing the deadline might only make me panic in the end, so we decide to forget about it for now. Scarlet folds her arms and leans back against the window.
The other thing I should tell you is, this isn't a hospital.
Oh yeah, Celadon mentioned that before, how it looks different to everyone. So then, what is this place to you, Scarlet?
To me, it's an office building, the one I used to work at.
Scarlet goes into another one of her speeches, although this one feels far less rehearsed. Before she was killed, she was forced to quit her job. She doesn't say what that job was exactly, but there was some kind of scandal caused by her boss, and she was unknowingly complicit in it. All she did was shred some papers like she was told. That got her stalked by journalists, and there was all this public outrage. I'm almost surprised I hadn't heard of whatever this case was, but it's not like that. It's not like I watched the news. Scarlet delivers her story coldly, without a hint of emotion attached. She sounds tired of it all. I don't want to push her with it more questions, but I don't get this at all. So then if your boss was the bad guy here, why were they coming after you instead?
God knows, Ashley. If I call it misogyny, they'll accuse me of dodging culpability. None of my friends wanted anything to do with me. They didn't want the trouble. Some of them even believed those articles. I was getting harassed on the street. I could barely leave my apartment.
Social death, meaning all of her relationships were destroyed. What about your family?
My mother passed away when I was young, and I haven't spoken to my father since I was a teenager. We never got along. I may as well not have a family. Maybe it's better that way. They would have become targets because of me.
Because of you? Weren't you only in that situation because of your boss?
It's unfair, isn't it? I ignored the rumors about him. We even used to get along. But it turns out he's just another shitty, abusive white man in a long line of shitty, abusive white men. Hating him is easy. It's boring. Me, on the other hand, I'm a traitor to my entire gender. I'm despicable.
Traitor? But what? This all sounds so Extreme.
It's because I'm the one who destroyed the evidence. It doesn't matter that I didn't know what was on those papers. Everyone believes that I must have known. If I'd just taken the time to look through them, if I hadn't been so buried in work, I could have realized what they were. That fucking bastard. I'm just the last in the line of women whose lives he's ruined.
Scarlet sighs again, much heavier this time.
It's so painful to think about. You'd think after a few months away from it all, I could laugh about it.
How could anyone laugh about any of that? It led you to getting killed, didn't it?
Something like that.
Huh? Her murder must have been related to this, right? I thought that's why she was telling me.
Anyway, I'd rather not dwell on it. When I revive, I'll be starting completely over.
Starting over? Like a whole new life?
That's the plan. There's no salvaging my old life. I'm dead. But that doesn't have to mean the end of Scarlet. Or maybe I can change my name to Rouge or something like that.
Scarlet, Rouge.
Rouge sounds nice though, actually.
Rouge, I like that. Want to change it right away?
What? And have to explain myself to everyone? No thanks.
I don't think anyone would make a big deal out of it.
All that aside, let's stay focused on where we are now.
Right, finding a way to revive. Well, listen, Scarlet. Celadon and I are going to help each other. Maybe if we work together, we can beat death.
Celadon, huh? You think that earnestly doing those trials is going to get you anywhere?
I mean, I know it hasn't worked for him so far, but he hasn't had any help until now. And you know, if we're really here because our social lives were over, don't you think making friends is the way out?
No, I don't think so.
Huh?
Life isn't sunshine and rainbows, Ashley. The power of friendship won't save the day here.
But it might. We'd be stronger as a team, and maybe we could...
Did you forget I was murdered? You really think teamwork can bring back the dead?
It makes it sound so childish. Am I wrong to think we can save each other?
No, there has to be some secret to this afterlife that only death has access to. The source of their powers. If you want to cast your bet with Celadon, go right ahead. I'm not wasting my time on any more trials.
Scarlet! She leaves the room, and I'm left standing alone and dejected.
Damn, Scarlet's harsh.
When I get back to the lobby, Celadon is sitting right where I left him.
Oh, hey Ash, did you have fun exploring the place?
Yeah, sorta. I talked to the others.
How'd that go?
Scarlet doesn't want to help us, and Death was only interested in playing video games.
There's games here?
They didn't let me play.
If they did, it'd probably be for a trial anyway. That's too bad about Scarlet, though. We all have the same goal. We should just work together.
She said the power of friendship won't save the day. She's not going to do any trials.
What does she have against the power of friendship? It's helping me stay hopeful, at least.
Yeah, me too. A silence hangs between us for a moment. Celadon looks to the ceiling and sighs.
Can I be honest with you, Ash?
Sure.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off staying here.
What do you mean?
If I woke up tomorrow and had to go back to my normal life, back to my messy apartment, frozen meals, paying bills, selling products, back to credit card debt. Oh God, it's been such a relief not having to worry about my financial situation.
But you're doing the trial so you can revive, right? That's the goal.
It is. Even though my life was a mess, I just can't abandon it, right? What would I do if I actually stayed here?
If he's really been here for years, that messy life he's been talking about must feel so far away. Mine still feels like I only just lost it. Is there anything you miss from the real world?
I miss showering.
Showering?
I haven't found any bathrooms at all in this place. Isn't that weird? Not that we need them.
Oh, you're right. There aren't even any sinks, are there?
My hair never gets greasy, and I haven't felt sweaty, even with all the running around I've done. But technically, I haven't showered in years. I don't stink, do I?
No, you don't smell like anything.
Good. Good. But I still feel like I want to shower again. I miss that refreshing feeling of being all warm and clean.
I can't relate. I always hated showering.
What? Really? How come?
It just sucks having to get used to the changing temperatures. It's so uncomfortable. And I can't stand up for that long. Well, normally, I mean. I don't get tired here.
I guess being here has its benefits. That's interesting.
The TV screen above us suddenly flashed a bright, staticky white. Testing. Sorry.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Calling all losers. I thought of some trials for y'all. Come downstairs to get started.
The screen switches off in unison. As abruptly as they turned on, Celadon and I exchanged looks.
Are you ready?
No, but we should probably go anyway. Return to Ash. Oh. I wanted to try to capture that in the screenshot, but it won't let me. Anyways. When Celadon and I reach the morgue, Scarlet and Death are already there waiting for us. I wave to Scarlet, but she turns away. I guess she's mad at me for sticking with Celadon. Now that we've assembled, Death taps their scythe on the floor and makes their announcement.
Scarlet, it's time for your next trial.
Pass.
She said it so quickly, Death barely even had time to finish their sentence.
Ash, then.
They turn to me. I can feel myself starting to sweat.
I made you something special. It's a video game.
A game? Like GTA or something?
Nah, I can't 3D model for shit. I made you a card game.
They pull out a small handheld and offer it to me. It's a retro model, similar to the one I got in elementary school.
This is a Pain Boy. The cart's already in there, so turn it on and try it out. If you can beat my game, you'll get to revive.
I have a feeling Death designed something extremely difficult, maybe even impossible. Should I play Death? Yeah, let's play Death's game. I click the on switch. Can't hurt to try. Reaper's Pickup, a game by Death. Let's see how to play. The game begins with one Joker face up. Pick up cards from 2 to Ace. Collect their suits in this order. If you choose the wrong card, you lose. Just play already. So, wait, in this, oh, in suits order. Sorry, I said this order, it's in suits order. So, suits order is Spade, Heart, Club, Diamond. Okay. Spade, Heart, Clubs, Diamond. Okay, got it. Just play already. 5. Loser. Wait, what? Retry. 8. Loser. Retry. 9. Retry. So wait, are they always the same? Yes, they are always the same. So it's a memorization game. Okay. Here we go, Ace. Wait, you said in this order, in suits order. Oh, but Ace is the last one, so I need a 2 of Spade. I need the 2 of Spade, so that's the end. So we really just have to go through every card until we find. What's down here? Queen of Spades. Are there 52 cards in here?
my cursor at? There it goes. Ace of clubs. That's not gonna help me for a long while. Where's my... There it is. Should I be like recording all of these? I should probably be recording all of these. That way I know where every card is. I just did that one. No, wait, it's not gonna let me retry. Boo. I shut the game off in defeat. I give up. I don't have the patience for this. Death snickers, taking back their pain boy. This was a waste of time after all.
It's time for your next trial, Donnie.
He stiffened in preparation. I couldn't help but feel nervous for him too. I pat his arm to offer some reassurance. You can do it, buddy.
Thanks, Ash. Okay, Death, what is it? What do you need me to do this time? Not much.
Death ascends high over our heads just like they did before. They open a different drawer this time. When they pull out the table, it appears to be empty.
This game is simple.
They descend back down towards us with a hint of darkness in their voice.
It's called Say When.
Before I know it, my feet leave the ground. I barely have time to register what's going on before my body hits cold metal. My IV bag hits my chest and I scramble to catch it. When did it get taken off its hook? Where am I? Slam! Darkness. The blinding white I had only just gotten used to was replaced with an impressive black that turned my confusion into abject fear. I'm stunned, terrified to move an inch. All I can do is breathe while my mind searches for an explanation.
Ash?
Celadon's voice gets through to me. It's coming from somewhere below me, muffled slightly.
What the fuck are you doing? Let her out!
I'm inside of something? I tentatively reach one hand out into the darkness in front of my face. It's flat, smooth, and cold. Metal, like the surface I was thrown onto. I reach the same hand to the side, more panicked this time. Clang. My worst fears are realized. I'm in a morgue tin. I've been shoved inside one of the drawers in the wall. A drawer meant for dead bodies. Please. I don't want to be in here. Please, someone? My words come out as a whimper. I'm not sure anyone can even hear them.
It's up to you to save her, Donnie. I'll let her out if you ask.
Death's voice is taunting, like a playground bully. The sound of someone who isn't really going to do what they're offering.
But free her too soon, and you lose the trial.
Celadon! I call out in panic desperation. He has to let me out. He has to.
Let her out!
Relief washes over me. He really did it. He gave up on his trial for me. I don't have to stay locked up in here like a corpse. Death opens the locker and light returns to my world. This bright light that I hated. I get to come back to it now. I get to see my friends' faces again. My friends, well, Celadon is definitely a friend. Arlen isn't happy with me, but she might come around. As for Death, they're at least helping me down from here. I hang my IV bag back on its hook. It's half empty now. Celadon rushes over to me once I've gathered myself.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that was scary. Thanks for calling it off.
Well, you know what they say. Live to fight again another day.
Yeah, you'll win the next one. I glance over at Death and Scarlet.
This is why I don't bother with these things. But I'm glad Celadon had the good sense to let you out. Ashley, I would have kicked his ass if he didn't.
I let out a small laugh. I could see that happening. I can feel death staring me down through their mask. This probably isn't the outcome they were expecting.
Okay, losers. Clearly my trials this time weren't up to snuff.
I've already thought of something better for you, Donnie. You can relax while I prepare it.
It's gonna be hard to relax, but okay.
Let's go to my room, I offered without a second thought. I figured it'd be a nice place just to chill, far away from this awful morgue, at least.
You have a room, Ash?
It's where I woke up, so that's how I think of it. You're welcome to come too, Scarlet. We can, strategize or something.
No, thank you. I'll keep investigating on my own.
Scarlet turned to leave, this time giving a smile and a wave before exiting the room. At least she doesn't seem to be mad at me or anything. That's good.
Do we still have to strategize?
Nah, let's relax. Who knows what death's gonna throw at us next?
Yeah, I try not to guess ahead of time. It just makes me more anxious.
We smile and laugh at each other as we head to the elevator. Feels so nice to make a real friend.
So, this is your room?
Yeah, my hospital room. Dodon looks around, approaching one of the empty walls. Right? These rooms are all an illusion. What do you see it as? Is my bed still a bed?
Yeah, it's like a dorm room. There are nice paintings on the walls.
Paintings?
Yeah, of nature and stuff. I remember them from my time in rehab.
Zeldon has told me a lot of his personal stuff in the short time I've known him. I wonder if I should open up more too. I guess I already told him about being in the hospital though. Is there anything else to my life? Really? I've had to focus on my health for so long. Don't have many options when it comes to hobbies. Mostly I just play video games. I doubt he's interested in that kind of thing though. He's much older than me, and judging by what he's mentioned so far, he spends his time out in the world talking to people. He was even married. Well, divorced now. He's lived a much fuller life than me.
What's wrong, Ash?
I must have let my sadness show on my face because now he's worried about me. What should I say? What was rehab like? I was wondering, what was rehab like? Is it okay to ask?
Oh, it was a nice place. Like I said before, I wasn't there for long. It just left a good impression.
You mentioned your family sent you there.
Yeah, back when they still kind of gave a damn about me. I think they were more freaked out about my bisexuality than my drinking. I mean, my father's still an alcoholic, and he never had to go to rehab.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, at least they didn't put me in conversion therapy. It was just a regular 12-step program, you know? I like 12 steps. It's simple. You just follow the instructions and your life gets better.
Well, I'm glad it helped you.
Yeah, it was very stabilizing. I needed it at the time.
Celadon and I take a seat on the bed and continue chatting. I tell him a little about my family, how my mom works in real estate and my dad's an IT technician. Since they both work, I've always been well provided for, but I was left on my own a lot. I always got the feeling they cared more about their jobs than me. It can't be easy having to care for a sick kid all the time, though. So I guess I don't blame them. I feel like they only had me because you're kind of expected to have a kid after you get married. I'm not sure either of them were all that excited about being parents. They still took care of me, though, even if it felt a little distant. I've always had trouble connecting with both of them. Someone once told me that your relationships with your parents change a lot once you're an adult and can see them more as a person, but, well, maybe it's just because of my circumstances. The only change in our relationship was that they weren't obligated to care for me as much anymore. They still pay for my health insurance, at least. I haven't been completely abandoned. I just haven't heard from either of them in a long time. My IV drips. Oh, right. It was starting to run low, wasn't it? My IV's gonna run out.
That's not good.
I open up the cabinets, curious to see if there are any medical supplies stored inside, but every one of them is empty.
Wouldn't you need a nurse to help change the IV anyway?
I've seen them do it enough times. I just need an extra set of hands.
I'm bad with needles. Maybe Scarlet can help?
What's in this bag anyway? If it's just saline, I'm probably fine without it, but if it's medication, if it's the reason I've been feeling so healthy, I really shouldn't risk going without it. Celadon, can you help me search for a refill?
Sure, whatever you need, Ash.
We make our way down opposite sides of the hall, checking each door along the way. One of these has to be a supply closet, right? That's what I expected, but it's just been identical room after identical room. What am I going to do if I can't find a refill? Does it even matter here in the afterlife? If I don't need to eat or sleep, I shouldn't need medicine either, right? But I woke up here with the IVs in. It feels important. So we keep searching. But soon we reach the end of the hall. Find anything?
Sorry, they're all empty. The closets don't even have hangers in them.
Let's try another floor. As we make our way to the elevator, we hear a familiar voice come through the PA system.
Why are you making me, Ashley and Celadon, you're needed at the front desk, please.
Her words are falsely sweet, like a customer service rep faking her way through the day.
Maybe the front desk will be a good place to check anyway.
His tone is hopeful, but I'm not. We can make a quick stop there anyway. While the elevator descends to the lobby, I stare nervously at my IV bag. It drips once, trying to intimidate me. Scarlet is seated behind the front desk, playing her part as the hospital receptionist. Death leans over the counter, looking like a delinquent giving her a hard time. Well, that's basically what's going on here. Death is the bully, giving all of us a hard time. Celadon and I walk over to the pair together. I'm worried about my IV. Will it even last through another trial? I should probably mention it before we get sidetracked. Before I get a chance to speak, Death calls out to us.
Wow, you guys really came running, masochists.
They made fun of us for following instructions. Scarlet fires back from behind the desk before I can figure out how to respond.
Oh, shut up. You'd criticize them if they took their time getting here too.
She stands up and walks over to greet us.
Listen, Death is plotting something. They haven't left me alone since the previous trial.
Sorry you had to put up with that, Miss Scarlet. But, there's actually something urgent we should talk about.
Celadon gestures to me. It's kind of him to give me an opening like this.
Something urgent?
My IV... We've been running around looking for medical supplies. My IV's gonna run out soon, so...
You're right. It's drained so much. Death, Ash needs a new IV bag. Are there any refills?
Maybe.
Maybe? This is a medical emergency, isn't it?
I'm not really sure. Mercifully, I would feel weird without it. Death leans forward, turning to Celadon with a snicker.
You want to cancel the trial? Could we just, postpone it?
No, that's annoying.
What is the trial anyway?
Ash, we shouldn't start it before we settle your emergency.
But I want to know. If it's impossible, we can forfeit right away.
Oh, okay, as long as you're fine with it.
Well, I'm not fine with it. I'm going to help you look, Ashley.
As Scarlet turns to leave, Death stops her.
Are you sure you want to do that, Scarlet?
She freezes. Death's planning something after all.
Donnie's trial is going to require everyone's participation, including yours.
Fine. Explain the stupid trial, then I'm leaving.
All right, for phase 1 of this trial, a certain drug is hidden somewhere in this building.
A drug? Like medication?
Scarlet, you saw me hide it. The trial won't progress until it's brought here.
I certainly saw you hide something, but I couldn't see what it was.
It's something for you, Ashley.
Is it for my IV? I'm too afraid to ask.
If you hid her meds, just tell us already.
You'll see when you find it.
Death walks around the desk, then plops down in the office chair. They lean back and put their feet up on the desk. Scarlet takes off toward the stairway in a hurry. At least she didn't need convincing.
Should we wait here?
I've never had to think about what would happen if I ran out of medication before. There were always nurses taking care of that for me. And before I was hospitalized, my mom always managed it. But we're in the afterlife. A place where your body's condition stays the same even if you don't eat or sleep. So we shouldn't think of it as normal medication, probably? Still, if I really didn't need an IV, why did I wake up with it in? It's not just fluids, is it? If I keep thinking in circles like this, my time will run out. My time. It's running out. Like an hourglass. Huh? Death told me I didn't have an hourglass. Do you think it's because my IV is acting like one in its place?
If that's true, then,
Death snickers behind the desk.
Man, that's a good one. Hidden in plain sight, huh?
Am I right? Do I really only have this much time left?
Gee, I wonder.
Screw you, I want to revive. I'm not ready to die yet. The door to the stairwell swings open and Scarlet comes running back to us.
Scarlet, did you find it?
It's not an IV bag. It's some type of liquid, though.
She shows us the bottle. It's unlabeled save for a hastily attached piece of masking tape with the words scribbled on it in black ink. Conaine.
Conaine? What is that? What is this for?
Death takes the bottle out of her hand, then waves it around like a prize.
Conaine is a chemical compound extracted from a plant called poison hemlock. A small dose is enough to cause paralysis. Starts in your toes, then works all the way up through your whole system. If you ingest it, it causes respiratory failure. You'll be conscious, unable to breathe, slowly losing oxygen until you die. In other words, it's a deadly poison. Poison?
You can't mean...
For the second part of your trial, Donnie, Ashley over here has to drink this.
What, me?
It has to be you. You're such good friends, right?
Why don't you drink it instead, you monster?
Call it off. You don't have to drink that, Ash. It's not up to you, Celadon. This time, it's Ash's choice. But I'll throw you a bone, Ash. Let's count this trial as a double whammy. If you drink it, I'll let you revive with Celadon. Assuming you survive, that is. I'll be waiting outside. You have 5 minutes.
With that, Death turns on their heel and walks out the automatic doors. It's up to me. Talk to Celadon, talk to Scarlet, follow Death. Let's talk to Donnie. Celadon?
Don't do it, Ash.
I don't want to. It sounds horrible. But it might be our only chance.
It's not worth it. I'm not worth it. I can just hang on to the next trial.
I probably don't have that long.
don't say that. Scarlet and I will find you a refill.
I was thinking if I might be stuck in the afterlife soon anyway. Then I can at least help you get out of here.
I'll respect your choice. Whatever you want to do.
Let's talk to Scarlet.
You're not seriously considering this.
We think my IV might be serving as my hourglass, since I didn't have one.
The hourglass thing is all nonsense. It's not proven.
Right, but we don't know what happens when the fluid runs out. I'd be trapped here forever. Which means doing this for Celadon might be the only way for both of us.
You shouldn't have to... Don't die in such a horrible way.
We're already dead, aren't we?
I don't care. Don't fucking kill yourself.
I stepped toward the automatic doors. Look, we don't even know if poison has any effect in the afterlife. I felt just fine this entire time I've been here. I haven't felt normal like that since I was a little kid. I don't know if that's because this place is special or if it's because whatever is in my IV was helping me. But I think my time left to feel good is over now. It's something that shouldn't have been possible in the first place. That's why I'm okay with this. Don't worry about me, all right? Stepped outside, letting the doors close behind me before Scarlet or Celadon can say another word. Beyond the hospital doors is an endless expanse of bright white. Hard to believe there's a place even brighter than the inside of that hospital. Although, I guess it's all an illusion. That's what I'm banking on. The illusion of it all. This place isn't real. My IV isn't real. And the poison isn't real. Maybe. I hope. I think Celadon is real, though. And I have a chance to help him, whether I turn out to be right or wrong.
Whoa, you really came out.
Yep, I'm ready. They hand me the bottle of poison. The glass is thick and heavy.
Looks like you still have some time left. Any last words?
Not really. I twist open the cap. There isn't any particular smell to the liquid.
Seriously? You're ready to sacrifice yourself just like that?
You said I can revive if I drink it too.
You're willing to die horribly for a chance to go back to the real world? To go back to the pain and suffering every single day of your life?
Well, I made a friend, so maybe I won't have to suffer alone anymore.
Ha! You're nuts, you know that?
You're the one who came up with the trial.
Yeah, and it's an insane one. Who the hell would choose to drink lethal poison for some schlub they just met?
They're right. I don't have to do this. I could probably get used to things here in the afterlife. Being stuck here might not be so bad. There are so many things I don't know about this place. It's a little fun trying to learn about it all. If death is okay with living here, maybe I could be too. If you can call this living. But I'm not really doing this for my own revival. I like Celadon. He deserves a win. The open bottle waves heavily in my hands. I only get drink it. Okay? I chug the entire thing in one go. It's disgusting. I've taken worse tasting medicine before. I keep my eyes shut tight as I wait for the effects of the poison to hit. But I don't feel anything. How long is this supposed to take anyway?
Damn it, you guys win.
Death walks back towards the hospital doors. What happens now? How long until I die horribly?
Shut up and come with me.
When we walk back into the building, Scarlet and Celadon run up to me with faces full of concern.
Ash, how are you feeling?
Normal, I guess. It had a bad aftertaste, but I don't feel any different yet.
What's gonna happen to her, Death?
Nothing.
Death's voice is whiny and childish, the voice of a sore loser.
But she drank the entire bottle of conine.
It's a fucking tincture, like those health products used to sell, Donnie. I've never sold poison.
That's what I'm saying. It was a conine tincture. They start with hemlock, then dilute it down until there's a single molecule of hemlock left. They say it keeps the memory of the plant, but it's mostly water.
It's water? But then the healthy tinctures I sold?
Also a scam. Shit's called homeopathy. Learned about it on a podcast.
So that's the catch. I called their bluff.
Shut up, bitch. I made it too easy.
Anyway, we get to revive now, right?
Yeah, you and Celadon do. Tough luck, Scarlet.
Feel bad for leaving her behind. She helped with the trial too. What are you gonna do, Scarlet?
Don't worry about me. Compared to Celadon, I only just got here. Go on ahead, Ashley, before your time runs out.
With Scarlet's blessing, I look at Celadon. And then Death. Looks like the power of friendship saved the day after all.
Barf.
Death walks us over to the elevator. They tell us that no one's ever won a trial before, so they aren't sure exactly how the whole process works. It's weird. I thought they knew everything about this place. But maybe it's all a front. As fake as the poison they made me drink. Either way, it's just me and Celadon now. This elevator is apparently the way out of here. The only way, aside from walking out those front doors and wandering into the void. This is the only place in the building that Death cannot see inside. So if there really is a way to revive, it's through here. All we need to do now is figure out how. Celadon and I look around the walls and ceilings inside the elevator. Each surface is smooth, with no sign of any hidden doors or compartments.
I've been in this elevator so many times. Can we really leave from here?
Death said they saw people go in and not come out. They had to have gone somewhere.
I've seen a lot of people come and go during my time here. They've always just disappeared one day. I guess I've always been too focused on my trials to really pay attention to that kind of thing.
I don't know if I would have noticed it either. My eyes fall on the panel of buttons. There's something odd about them.
Oh, this wasn't here before.
Celadon leans in close, pointing to the button with an O on it, or maybe a 0.
This must be it. We found it, Ash. Should I press it?
Yeah, let him press it. Go ahead, you earned this.
Even though this was the trial where I did the least.
Celadon presses the button, and the elevator door closes.
Going up, huh?
Yeah. We're definitely rising. Is this what revival is supposed to feel like? I guess I'd be more worried if we were going down.
Yeah, you're right.
The two of us stand in silence, unsure of what to say to each other.
No one's ever sacrificed themselves like that for me.
It wasn't a sacrifice, though.
It's the thought that counts.
Another silence. How long will this elevator ride be? And will we ever get to see each other again after this? Before I know it, the floor is transformed into a field of dandelions.
Hey, Ash?
Yeah? He's seeing this too, right?
What hospital are you staying at?
Oh, it's St. Fellows.
I know that place. That's where my grandfather... Well, let's not talk about that. Too depressing.
Want to come visit?
Yes, if that would be okay.
Good. That's something to look forward to. I hope he really will come visit, as long as he doesn't try to sell me any supplements.
I used to work in health insurance.
Oh no, he's not reading my mind, is he?
Claims department. I was the guy who looked at insurance claims, and they tried to find any loopholes I could so that the company could deny them. After my grandfather passed, seeing his medical bills, the funeral costs, everything, I just couldn't work there anymore. What an awful thing to do to people.
It sounds hard, yeah. Oh, hi, Atesha Rain.
That's why I wanted to work in medicine, but there was no way I could afford to go to medical school.
I hope that you're having a good Sunday. We're having a great Sunday, as, Sundays go. I hope you're having a fantastic one as well. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. I think we're finishing up Return to Ash. But I don't know. We're about to find out, though.
I thought selling supplements was the next best thing. I really wanted to be able to help people, but my life kept spiraling out of control. So, I can't thank you enough for helping someone like me.
Oh, it's no problem. Actually, I'm really glad to have been able to help someone at all. Usually, I'm no use to anyone. This is too relatable. My eyes well up with tears. Celadon doesn't respond. Celadon? We're still rising. It's too bright to see anything anymore. Please come visit me. I want to stay friends after this. I call out to him, but I'm pretty sure he's gone now. Friends, huh? Thought I might never make a new one. It's so nice knowing I was wrong about that. I feel so light and warm. I just hope we'll meet again soon. Celadon's friendship was an achievement. Return to Ash, a Serenity Forge game. So I guess if you play and you ignore Celadon, you can bond with Scarlet and see her story then?
Counting all my mistakes, it shatters softly like a dandelion. Put my faith in the wind, hoping I'll grow again. Another time, another.
It took us what?
New friends
2.5 hours to go through? It's not a long game.
take me when afterlife begins.
Localization to be announced. Made with RenPy. So it was made in Python? Like a Python version? Doesn't want to take a screenshot of this game. Maybe I have to put it into Windows mode. All right, so there's extras, endings. Oh, there are multiple endings. What do we have? Endings. We revived with Celadon, so you can revive with each of them. Or revive alone. Okay, so there's 6 endings. Bad ending and bad ending. So we got one of the good endings, I guess. There's 2 bad endings, too. That's crazy. Okay. And what are the extras? CG art gallery, concept art, developer's commentary, and you can play cards. Oh, and there's little soundtrack things. So you can do the Dandelion Instrumental, Blinding White, Brendan Need, Rushing Sands, Dying Breath, Overcoming Death, Escaped Reality, Still Beating Heart, Passing Shadows, Fallen Angel, Revival,
La la
And then this Dandelion, featuring Eleanor Forte. Shadow Realm, I guess that's one of the bad endings. And then the beginning song. So 14 tracks in all. What's the play cards? Is this the, yep, the Reaper's Pickup? A game by death? The impossible game to finish? Okay. I mean, you could do it. You just have to write down, you have to memorize, or not memorize, you probably have to just write down, I would write it down, all the cards and where they are, and then have to pick them in order once you find that. That would be insane. I wonder if they're the same every time, so you can like memorize that for the next time you go in or something. It would be. All right, let's go to windowed mode just so I can get a screenshot of this screen. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. Well, actually, we can quit now. Seems like a cute game. It was cute. It wasn't as sad as I thought it was going to be. But it was still sad.
Zar Noir.